Welcome back to the channel, guys, and today I'm going to go through with you my 4 favorite books on personal finance. Now, a lot of us want to actually achieve some kind of financial freedom or wealth or riches in life, but we don't necessarily know the best way to go about it. Getting a mentor is actually a really good way to actually learn about tactics and techniques and strategies about how to use your finances to the best of your ability, but not necessarily something that we're all able to have access to. Other things which can actually help you learn more is through having friends or family who are actually quite affluent themselves and have some kind of financial freedom. You can get advice from, but same thing, it's pretty much like having a mentor, but not necessarily available to all of us. So one of the easiest ways to actually gain knowledge in the area of personal finance or just money management techniques and strategies and things like that is actually through reading. And there is actually a wealth of knowledge in the form of books or audiobooks out there that you can actually have access to learn techniques and strategies about this. So I'm going to go through with you now my 4 favorite books which helped me a lot with my own personal finances, which I think you'll actually gain a lot of value from as well. Now remember, guys, before I go on, hit the subscribe button, give this video a like, and even drop a comment.
So I'm now going to go over the books which I recommended. If you want to improve your money management, or if you're struggling with finances and things like that, and you want to become better at managing your money, these 4 books I'm going to recommend to you now are probably the best ones to actually read or listen to on audiobook and learn the principles of them. So the first one I'm going to touch on is quite a well-known book, The Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clason. It uses a different approach to the book itself in relation to self-help and finance books. Like most books kind of give you pure facts and it can be quite dull to read, whereas this one here, it kind of uses the tale of the richest person in Babylon and principles he used to generate his wealth and what he did to become wealthy. So it kind of outlines the steps or the principles quite easily. There's nothing too hard about what they go over in this book. So he goes over some basic yet very important rules for money management and creating wealth. It's quite a quick book to read. It's only about 100 pages. So, like I was saying, it's probably one of my favorite ones. Probably a good place to start off with if you're reading books on money management and self-help and stuff. From there, we go to Money Master the Game by Tony Robbins. Now, this one was only probably released about 5 years ago. A bit of a bigger book compared to the Richest Man in Babylon, about 600 pages. But it takes a more in-depth look and approach to money management and more so wealth creation. It kind of goes along the lines of stock investing as an instrument to generating wealth over anything else. And it also interviews some great global investors and kind of looks into what strategies they use to help generate their own wealth and become quite wealthy themselves. Also goes over some psychology of money and how to kind of think about money and how to approach it. So, like I said, another fantastic read. Highly recommend this one as well. So, definitely another one to kind of get your hands on to and read as well. The next one is The Barefoot Investor by Scott Paid, sorry. Now, this is actually one of the best investment books I've actually read ever on like personal finance and wealth and stuff. It's Australian based, so some of the products and instruments that we outline in this book to use as investments or strategies to generate more wealth for yourself, you may have to look for the alternative in your own country. So, say here we have superannuation in Australia. In America, something similar might be a 401k or some kind of investment plan kind of thing with your employer. So I'm not too sure on those details for you. You have to look into that yourself. Very simple book to actually read as well. So probably the most simple book to read on personal finance and stuff. And it actually gives you actionable steps to help yourself get out of, say, financial trouble or just be more wise with your money. So it's a very great book in that sense. Something I do highly recommend to a lot of people to read, like a lot of my friends and things like that. Yeah. Next is Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Now, probably one of the world's most well-known books on money management. It's been around for over 20 years, give or take. And it kind of goes into the ways that money can work for you and how you can actually start earning money passively rather than just having to work for money in your day, in your 9 to 5 day job. Now, this book, unlike the other ones I've mentioned before, like Money Master the Game and The Barefoot Investor, which those two books have a higher emphasis on stock investing and index funds and things like that. This book kind of has a bit more of an emphasis on businesses or more so property itself. If you don't know, Robert Kiyosaki is a well-known property investor and has spent a fair bit of time investing in property over the years. And it also gives you a way to kind of think about certain things you have in your life as like assets and liabilities, and certain things may not have considered as liabilities, which we consider as assets initially. So, say a personal home, not necessarily an asset itself because it's not generating you any income, but over time it does actually go up in capital growth, so you can actually sell it as a profit. But it'll go. This book goes into all that. So, like I said, another highly recommended book to read. One thing to mention about reading and gaining knowledge and things like that is that it's not just good enough to read books and go, oh, yep, that's an interesting piece of information. Cool, no worries there. You actually have to take action and steps to implementing those pieces of knowledge. Otherwise, you won't actually get further than where you already are. So always remember, just because you have read a book or done, say, a course or went to a seminar or a webinar or whatever, you still actually have to take action on what you have learned. And that's where a lot of people struggle with getting ahead in life. So, like I said, these books are great. A lot of investment books out there. These kind of go over the more basic concepts and strategies. So, great place to start if you're new to investing in money management or just getting yourself out of financial difficulty. From that, if you wanted more kind of in-depth strategies and knowledge and things like that, that's where you kind of start talking to people a bit more or getting the more mundane investment books. So I hope that's helped for you guys. So don't forget, give this video a like, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one.